Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here, and it's another Tuesday, so it's time for another Ask Nick. You guys DM me your questions on Instagram, and I answer one every single Tuesday here on Nick Symmonds 2. And this one, I like this question, it made me think a little bit. It's pretty simple. What's the most money you ever made in one race? If you're new to this channel, I'm a two-time Olympian and I ran professionally for 12 years. And so I really had to sit here and think for a minute, okay, gosh, 12 years of making money as a pro runner. What's the one race where I made the most money in that moment? Before I tell you, I have to explain to you how pro runners make their money. Now, pro runners typically make their money in three ways. Whenever a runner's running, they're probably going to get paid either nothing at all, which is actually probably the majority of races I ran, I got paid nothing. But the way pro runners make their money are through prize money in a race. There will be prize money offered by the meet director. Appearance fees to get big name athletes. Sometimes these meet directors will have to pay an appearance fee for the big name athletes. And then of course the shoe contracts. You know, pro runners, we probably think most often association with Nike or Brooks or Adidas or one of the big shoe companies that sponsors them to wear their gear. So almost, aside from other little tiny deals that I got, 99% of my income as a pro runner came from those three things. So in trying to figure out which race I made the most in, I had to sit down and think, okay, in this particular race, what was I racing for? Did I get an appearance fee? What was the prize money like? And were there bonuses in my contract? Now, I can't go into too much detail on those bonuses. The shoe companies force the athletes to sign what's called an NDA, or there's an NDA clause in the contract, non-disclosure agreement, where you can't share the details of the contract. So I won't be able to break down the bonuses I hit in some of these races, but I will be able to tell you what I took home in total in a big race. Now you guys are probably thinking, Nick, you just said you ran in 2 Olympic Games. Of course the Olympics is where you got paid the most. Not even close. I'll get into that in a minute, but maybe you're thinking, well, I remember, Nick, you won some big races. Maybe the pre-classic in 2007 or the pre-classic in 2009, or even the bigger diamond leagues, you know, over in Europe. You're talking Zurich, London, big races that I won. Those pay well. In fact, in the European runs, I could look to get an appearance fee, maybe sometimes as high as $5,000 or even $10,000. You know, and then you add in time bonuses, you add in prize. I would say a big win at a diamond league for me and where I was at in my career. You know, I think in the pre-classic races, I maybe made somewhere between 5 to 10 in the early part of my career, and maybe $10,000 to $20,000 in the latter part of my career. You know, a diamond league win in Zurich or London, I'd have to go back and dig into the nitty-gritty of the numbers, but I want to say I walked away with about 15 to 20 grand for those wins. I mean, absolutely great paydays, big time bonuses, appearance fees, you know, just really good paydays. So that's why you train year-round, is to hit paydays like that. You know, but then you're thinking, okay, Olympic trials, right? You're training year-round, you're running these huge Diamond League meetings to try to get to the Olympic trials. If you win the Olympic trials, you must walk away with a ton of cash. Sort of. So I won the Olympic trials in 2008 and 2012. In doing so, I picked up prize money, which I want to say was somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 for winning the Olympic trials. And in at least one case, I believe I walked away with a time bonus from my contract. And of course, there's no appearance fees. When you're running a championship meeting, like a U.S. Championships, U.S. Olympic trials, there's no appearance fees. You're going to race there because you want to ultimately qualify to race in the Olympic Games. So even though I did, you know, some of my highest profile wins were those Olympic trials, they weren't my biggest paydays. So going to the Olympic Games, that's where you're really going to get paid, right? No. In fact, the IOC, despite the fact that I raced in 2 Olympic Games, the IOC gave me $0.00 for racing in those games. Unless you're a medalist, you're not going to make much money at the Olympic Games. In fact, I didn't pick up any time bonuses. No, I picked up a time bonus in 2012, but again, there's no appearance fees, and there's no prize money. Unless you're winning medals, then there's no prize money really associated with it. So we would actually take pay cuts during Olympic year. If I was to go through and chart each year what I made, you'll notice in 2008 and 2012 there's some dips because you actually take a pay cut in many circumstances when you go to race at the Olympic Games because they pay so poorly. You're really kind of betting on yourself that you can go and win a medal, and if you're an Olympic medalist, then you're getting paid real well. So that leads you to think that maybe if it wasn't the Olympic Games, must be a world championship. Ding, ding, ding. Now, if you're a finalist or if you're just participating at a World Championships, you're not going to make anything actually, because you're going to get $0 in appearance money. Prize money only pays for finalists in most events. So you really need to be performing extremely well to get it paid extremely well. And that's what I did in 2013. In 2013, I finished second in the world. I won a silver medal, and like I've kind of been leading up to, medalists get paid really, really well. So I ran 143.4, I believe, that day. 143.5, 143.55, I think it was, for the silver medal. And so I believe I hit a time bonus. I got a bonus for winning that silver medal, and there was also prize money. I throw the IAAF, which is now called World Athletics, under the bus a lot, because they have, in my opinion, they restrict the rights of the athletes frequently. But I'll give them this: they do have a relatively decent rev share model in place, where a lot of the revenue that they're bringing in, they in turn pay that out to the athletes. And in the case of winning a world championship medal, there is prize money there. So, all right, I'll cut to the chase. Long story short, 2013 Moscow World Championships, men's 800 final. That is the race I made the most money ever in, and in that final race I actually made $90,000. You add up, you know, the prize money and the bonuses, I walked away that day with $90,000, which is crazy, right? For 1 minute and 43 seconds worth of work. But you got to remember, I was 29 when I won my medal. I had been running almost every single day for nearly 15 years. So that's the kind of work and, you know, determination it takes to get to that level. The amount of delayed gratification to just continue getting a little bit better each and every day, each and every year, knowing that there are those huge, you know, opportunities if you continue to progress and get to that level. It's also where you can see how someone like Usain Bolt or an Allison Felix or some of these bigger names are actually making millions and millions of dollars running professionally. So 90,000 is the most I ever made, by quite a bit. The next highest, you know, again, probably down in like the 20 to 25 range. But that silver medal, it did add a lot to my resume, it added a lot to my credibility, and I was able to command higher appearance fees. I was able to get into bigger races and ultimately sign bigger deals. So, you know, $90,000 on the day, but it really kind of continued the trajectory that I had been working for so long in my pro career. So $90,000 buys a lot of shoes. And I know we don't all get the opportunity to run professionally, but it's important to me that I continue to thank my fans who cheered me on through my career. And that's why I give away a free pair of shoes every single Tuesday, as you guys know. I pick these winners at random. If you want to enter in for a chance to win, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at Nick Symmonds. And today's winner is Isabella, iz_bella.a. I'll reach out to you, Isabella. Thank you so much for following me on Instagram. Thank you everyone who watches these videos. It is so much fun for me to go back and look back on my career. More race recaps coming soon, and I'm contemplating making a video where I actually tell you how much I made throughout my entire 12-year pro career. I have a lot of work to do to make that video, but I think it's coming sometime in 2021. Stay tuned.